Erev Tov, everyone. Tonight is the Helula, the day that Rav Shlomo Carlebach Helula passed away. Rav Shlomo had a very strong impact on my life, and still does in his teachings, in his songs, and his stories. Rav Shlomo was known as the singing rabbi, the dancing rabbi, the rabbi with a guitar, the hippie rabbi, and many, many different names. Rav Shlomo's goal was to spread love, to bring Jews together, to bring Jews closer to God. And Rav Shlomo believed the way to do that is through two things: songs and stories. And the reason he believed this so strongly is as the Torah tells us. The Torah tells us, instead of starting from the first mitzvah, the Torah wastes a book and a half just on stories, just to tell us who we are and where we come from. On the holiest night of the year, on Leila Seder, we sit around and we tell stories. We tell our story. We tell to our children. The most precious thing in the world, we tell them exactly who we are, where we come from, what we believe. And Rav Shlomo lived by that. Would travel around the world, collecting stories. People have so many stories in their lives, and some will tell them and some won't. Rav Shlomo would go and pursue them and look for them wherever he could. So these stories mean a lot, a lot, a lot. So we'll start tonight with a story. The story comes from Piasetzna. Rav Kalmanis Kalman from Piasetzna is known as the Esh Kodesh. Very, very, very special rabbi. Lived in the time of the Holocaust, was killed in the Holocaust. And what made the Piasetzner special was he was the first one who said that a child needs a rebbe. Up until then, everybody looked at him and said, a grown-up needs a rebbe. But the Piasetzner looked much, much deeper in and said it's very, very important. Each child has a rebbe, someone that the child is connected to. And the Piasetzner ended up going with his students into the concentration camps and was killed over there. And virtually no one was left from there. Rav Shlomo spent years and years and years searching the earth for a student of the Piasetzner. Now, obviously, considering that his main focus was teaching children, and the children, most of them were not going to survive. It's very, very, very hard to find students of the Piasetzner after the Holocaust. But this didn't stop Rav Shlomo. One day he's walking down the streets in Tel Aviv. He sees a street cleaner back is broken, hunched over, cleaning. He stops him and says, "Sweet Idole, tell me, where are you from?" He says, "I'm from Piaseczny." This is from Piaseczny? Have you ever met Rav Shlomo Carlebach from Piaseczny? I said, "Of course. I was one of his students." Rav Shlomo said, "Please, please, please tell me a story from him, a Torah from him, something." He said, "I was just a boy when I was taken." He says, "But there are certain things I'll never forget in my entire life." He says, the Piasetzner would, every single Friday night, gather all the children around, and he would tell us, "Kinderlach, Gidensche, die größte Sache in der Welt ist, die nehmt in der Tova." Children, remember, the greatest thing in the world is to do good for someone else. He said, that's how I survived the Holocaust. He says, I was a very big boy. Even though I was only around 10 years old when I was taken, he said, I was so physically big, they thought I was 16, put me straight to work. They broke me in every single way. And every time when I was ready to give up, I would look for someone who has it worse, and I'd go and help them out. He says, going and helping out other people is what helped me survive. The words of the Piasetzner, Kinderlach, Gidensche, the größte Sache in der Welt ist, die nehmt in der Tova. Children, remember, the greatest thing in the world is to do good for someone else. He says, and I just kept on going and sitting and talking with people after every day. He says, and I'm here today. Rav Shlomo looked for these stories everywhere he went. He went to tell people stories, to tell people's life stories, so that they can live on forever. The second thing was the songs. And there's different types of songs. There's songs that have words, and there are songs that are just tunes. And they hit very, very differently. A song with words has the words, has the tune, has the melody, has all of these other elements to it. But a tune, just a tune has to carry itself by itself. It's so deep, a nigun is so deep into your neshama that it doesn't even need words. This tune, Rav Shlomo wrote when he was asked to compose a song on the Holocaust Memorial Day. He himself, as a survivor, was asked to write the song. The song has two parts to it. The first part is slow and painful. The tune itself is the cries of everyone headed towards the gas chambers. But the second part was those happy souls afterwards marching to Yerushalayim. This tune is called Nigun Krakov.